Hello everyone and welcome to my 37th review. Today we'll be reviewing the plugs I'm at to by Benny the Butcher and Harry Fraud. I was definitely excited going into this because while I didn't fully love the first plugs I met, he offered some of my favorite work from Benny and showed a lot from him, making him my favorite rapper personally out of Conway Westside Gun and him. And going into this, I didn't know anything about Harry Fraud besides him being the producer and hearing some of his work with Currency on Collection Agency, and I thought he was a decent producer. So to see them work together made me excited to see what they would do because Benny and Hit Boy did well together on Burn and Proof, so he's definitely able to work with a single producer well. And at the end, it's probably my least favorite project from Benny, but still has incredible work. But let's get into this. When Tony Met Sosa is the intro, and it's definitely a strong way to start off the album, with Benny rapping very aggressively alongside his heavy and grain instrumental with saxophone, I think, alongside cinematic strings and snappy drums. What Benny does isn't anything new, but the aggression and energy he brings is incredible. It made it top 3 for me, definitely. Overall, it's another strong song with a great instrumental with strong drums, trumpets, and an aggressive bass line or electric guitar that fits Benny really well. With Chinx sounding great too on the chorus. It's just another heavy song that sounds great with it. Other parts I like when it builds up to something big after Jinx's chorus. This is another top 3 for me. Plug Talk is a fine song, but not the best really compared to other songs, with a suspenseful sounding instrumental with this great vocal sample alongside more trap style drums, which I think Benny does incredibly well on this song, but he doesn't really sound natural on this song. And same with Chainz personally. He also does great, but the instrumental wasn't really meant for them, it seems, personally. I think different drums could have maybe made it better, but it's fine. The instrumental sounds great, then Benny and Chainz are great, but those things aren't the best together personally. This song is not good really compared to other songs. Live By It isn't one of my least favorite songs. It sounds fine, and again Benny brings a great energy to this song, but it's not really anything interesting or new. Sounds great, but there's also other songs I'd rather listen to. But in general, I guess it's a very mid song in general. Not the worst, but not a song I go back to a lot. Talkin Back is another big highlight in my opinion, but still doesn't bring much differently. But isn't bad whatsoever. With a calm but of course heavy instrumental with these confluent vocal samples with heavy trap drums. Benny isn't anything new with what he does, but the aggression he brings specifically on this song is great. Then Fat Joe is fine. I guess he offers a lot to make this song great, but isn't nothing really that stands out, besides a questionable bar when he calls it the Wuhan virus. But it is a really good song in general, but not too good compared to other songs. No Instructions is then a big change from everything, being more slow and mellow, with another somewhat calm instrumental with another flute sample, but it's definitely more angelic sounding. With these quiet chords and slow drums, they fit very well with each other, especially with what Benny does in this song, sounding more heartbroken or honest on this song. It's definitely a highlight for me and one of my favorites. Longevity is another one of my favorites with what everyone does in this song, with another mellow instrumental with this guitar and more trap style drums, but with what everyone does in this song it makes it seem more menacing and fits the mood better, especially making it more suspenseful with this angelic vocal sample. I was kind of scared of seeing French Montana on this song because he's personally disappointed me many times, but he's definitely one of my favorites on this song. But his deep and quiet voice fits fairly well personally with the guitar. Then Jim Jones is also great, but I still prefer Benny and French more. This is definitely a big highlight on this album and one of my favorites. Survivor's Remorse is another mellow song, but probably the saddest song in this project, seeming to be around the topic of people dying in bad situations and thinking of how that could have been them in that situation. I think it brings a sad and near cinematic feel with soft piano keys, a suspenseful vocal sample that adds a lot, with again more trap style drums, but I think it works here with the heavy bass alongside it. Hyde then brings a somewhat higher energy and definitely makes the song better. With everything in this, and the emotion it brings is definitely my favorite song. Thanksgiving is the outro, and this song in my opinion is kind of boring for some reason, but he does bring a strong energy with a great instrumental with Rhodes, vocals, strings, and heavy drums. But I just think it doesn't do anything new or exciting for me besides the instrumental, but barely even. This is my least favorite, and while it doesn't sound bad, and Benny is of course great, it's not interesting for me. And all I really have to say left is, it shows a lot of great work alongside A lot of honesty that I love with good beats most of the time, but I prefer the original. 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching.